All right, let's get this stream going. But before I start running my mouth, I have to make sure we're actually streaming. That's happened more times than I'm willing to admit. Start a stream, we're not actually streaming. I'm sitting here talking to myself. But I think we're good. All right, so today we're going to be today we are going to be talking about how to take back control of your life. Now, whether it's anxiety, whether it's depression, whether it's just obsessive thoughts, obsessive thinking about a certain whatever, a certain thing going on in your life, whether it's this or that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you feel like you've lost control of your life, okay, to whatever it may be. That's what we're going to talk about today. How to take back that control over your life. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you already know that I'm huge. I'm huge on not giving power to negative thoughts because at the end of the day, it's ultimately us who feeds them. It's ultimately us who fuels the fire of negative thinking. Negative thoughts can come and go. There's nothing we can do about that. But change lies in what we do with them, that choice that we make. And I know it can feel like you don't have a choice at times, but you do. You do, at the end of the day, make the choice to entertain your negative thinking or to not entertain it. So, when taking back control of your life and living the life you want to live, you really have to start paying attention. That is my biggest tip on taking back control of your life, is to start paying attention. Start paying attention to what thoughts you are giving power to. Because if you're giving power to thoughts that are ultimately negative, that are ultimately just, unhelpful, worrisome thoughts, if you're giving power to these thoughts by entertaining them, by arguing with them, by constantly giving them the fuel that they need to thrive, that is why you feel the way that you feel. Okay? So it's time to stop following those thoughts when they knock at the door, and it's time to put the mind and focus it on something positive. Focus it on the present moment. Focus it on, the good in life, not in the bullshit in the head. Because if you're constantly entertaining the bullshit in the head, okay, you're constantly going to feel this negative way. So if you want to take back control of your life from whatever it may be, it's all going to start and end in your own mind. Because at the end of the day, there's no arguing the point that the way that we feel is determined by the thoughts that we are thinking and entertaining. So when these thoughts knock, we do have a choice. And if you want to take control of your life again, you have to stop answering the door to these thoughts that are making you feel a certain way. Secondly, if you want to take control of your life again, feelings that you don't necessarily like, right? Uncomfortable feelings, whether they be anxiety, fear, whatever it may be. These feelings need to be accepted for what they are and not blown up to be something bigger than they are. Again, fueling the fire. All right, we need to embrace these feelings, we need to accept these feelings, and we need to stop fueling the fire in the mind and in the body with the way that we view these feelings, okay? So a lot of this has to do with changing your perspective about your feelings, changing your mindset instead of following those negative thoughts and giving power to them, changing your mindset to one that's more rational. Okay, changing your mindset to the positive sides of things. And I'm not saying you should argue with your negative thoughts. You shouldn't. Let them come and go, embrace them, accept them, but don't give them fuel. Instead, get your mind focused back in the present moment. Get your mind focused on what you want to achieve. Okay, get your mind focused on the truth. No need to argue with those negative thoughts. Okay, so if you want to take back control of your life, you have to start seeing your feelings for what they are in a more rational mindset. Even though your mind can be very irrational, you have to bring that rationality out. Okay, and you have to stop following those negative thoughts. You have to. You absolutely have to. So, taking control of your life really is, at the end of the day, and really does come down to one simple fact, and that is you are in control of the way that you feel, with what thoughts you let harbor, with what thoughts you harbor, and with how you view your feelings and the fuel that you're putting on this negative fire. You have to take responsibility for the fact that although thoughts can come and we can't do anything about it, feelings can come from time to time that we don't necessarily like. Even though these things are true, you have to take responsibility for the fact that at the end of the day, it comes down to you, okay, and the choices that you make. So understand that. If you want to take control back of your life starting today, you need to understand that and take responsibility for that. For the longest time, I did not take responsibility for my own healing and for the way that I felt. I blamed it on everything else. Okay? I blamed it on everything else. And that was my problem. That was my problem. I didn't realize that at the end of the day, it was me who was responsible for the way that I felt. Okay? At the end of the day, I was responsible for the way that I felt. I was responsible for my own healing. I was responsible for my recovery with the way that I thought, with the thoughts that I harbored, okay, with the way that I viewed things. Me. Me. Okay? And if you're not taking responsibility for your recovery today, it's a good chance and it's a good fresh start for you as soon as you finish watching this video to say, hey, I'm the leader of this ship. Alright? And I want to feel the way I want to feel. I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to take charge. And that's what it comes down to. All right, you guys, you have to take responsibility. If you want change, understand that you have to stop blaming outside circumstances. You have to stop blaming the anxiety. You have to get out of that victim mentality and understand that change is waiting for you if you're ready to take that step. All right, so that was the point of today's stream. All right, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. How long have we been streaming? I just wanted to go on a little rant today, about 4 minutes, okay? I just wanted to go on a little rant today and maybe inspire somebody, maybe give you guys a little bit of a kick in the ass. All right, if you're feeling like shit today, whatever the reason may be, I just wanted to come on here and motivate you. So let's see. Let's read some comments. Hi, Wonder Bro. How's you, my friend? I'm doing great today. How are you? Hi, Chris. Still working on it? I'm following negative thoughts today. This live stream has come at the right time. Awesome. It's so hard, but I'll never get up. Change your mindset right there. You see that? You see that word right there? It's so hard. That's another thought. That's merely another thought that has been given power by you, and it's now become a reality because you have gave it power. And that's what it comes down to, basically. Mike, my man. Hi, Chris. I don't fear my symptoms anymore. I'm trying not to pay attention to my thoughts. Awesome. I've been practicing for 1 month, and oh my god, I am already feeling much better and less sensitized. Awesome. Thanks so much for all your advice. I've learned so much, and life is getting better. That's what I like to hear. Hey, Wonder Bro, when you said focus on your behaviors, do you mean just get your attention back to whatever you're doing in the moment? Yeah, just come back to the moment. You don't have to give power and fuel to those thoughts because ultimately they're just thoughts. And it's up to us if we want to give them power or if we just want to come back to reality and put on a smile, get on with our day and realize that we can be the victim of our own minds, or we can take responsibility and change our lives and make our lives how we want to make them and live the life that we want to live. Started following really good advice. Your advice is good, but when I hear stuff like this, I obsess over that. Am I doing it right? Again, your choice. You have to take responsibility for the fact that it is you consciously choosing to obsess over, am I doing it right? Am I going to ever recover? Can I do this? Can I do that? That is, again, your choice. It is your choice what we consciously choose to fuel in the mind, what we give power to. Your choice. If you want to walk around all day with that reminder in your head that it's my choice to feel the way that I want to feel. It is my choice to entertain these thoughts. It is my choice to fall for this bluff. You got to remember that it is your choice and there's not some outside force doing this to you. Although I know it can feel like that, you have to start taking responsibility for your own recovery and the thoughts that you entertain and what you're giving power to. You have to kick yourself in the ass and take responsibility for that. I did not kick myself in the ass for years, and I stayed stuck for years because I was blaming everything else, and I was trying to look for a quick fix outside of myself, where one did not exist. One did not exist. It all came back to me. I made a post the other day, I think on Facebook, the Wonder Bro Facebook page. If you're not following the Wonder Bro Facebook page, you should. I made a post something along the lines of, there's no monster doing this to you. You are the monster that you're in this imaginary battle with. So, you are the leader of your ship. You really are. Wonder Bro, anyone ever told you that you look like Post Malone? Yes, I get that quite often, actually. I don't know why. I don't see it. I don't see it, but I've gotten that from a handful of people. Gotta remember, guys. You gotta remember. It's so important to remember that you are in charge. You're in charge. You're the leader of your own ship. And if you want to take back your life, then it starts with you. And it starts with your conscious decisions. Okay? It starts with your conscious decisions. Maybe we can't control the thoughts that knock. Maybe we can't control the feelings that we feel all the time. But it does come back to us at the end of the day, whether these things grow and thrive or whether we head into a different direction. Time frames are pointless. I wouldn't even get into time frames. Everyone is so dramatically different that it's almost and is, I would say, is impossible to give a time frame. So when you start comparing yourself to other people, when you start comparing your journey to other people's journeys, it's just setting you up for not a good time. Okay, so I wouldn't even head down that road. I wouldn't even head down that road. You just have to start taking responsibility for the thoughts that you harbor, for the thoughts you entertain, for your perspectives. You have to start taking responsibility for that. Like I said, we can't always help what thoughts come. We can't always help what feelings come. That's fine, but it is our choice at the end of the day what we do with them, and that's what's going to make the difference. That is what's going to make all the difference in the world, and we have to take responsibility for that. Absolutely have to take responsibility for that. Yeah, that's a great way to go about it. Coming back to the present moment is a good way to get out of the mind. That's what I would recommend. Although I do say that if you're going to go the CBT route, which I don't believe in traditional CBT, I feel like it has you obsessing far more than needed. But if you're going to go the route where you have to respond to your mind, I would make it very simple, short responses like, oh, I'm just sensitized, that's why this is bothering me. It won't bother me here in a bit. Move on. Or, oh, that's nonsense. Move on. If you have to go that route, if you have to engage, make it very short, make it very sweet, make it very simple. Okay? If that's the route you want to go, that's fine. Just make sure it's not turning into obsession. That's the key. As long as it's not turning into this long, drawn out obsession that's playing on your nerves, you can go that route. Just make it very short and sweet. Alright? So if you want to correct your thinking, keep it rational. Oh, I'm just sensitized, that's why this is bothering me. Or, oh, this didn't bother me yesterday, so I'm not falling for the bluff. And then move on. Those are some good examples right there. Don't dive deep and give these thoughts more power than they deserve, because they're just, it's all bullshit anyway. So if you're going to go that route, make it quick, make it short. Thanks, Chris, for the advice on my comment. Yeah, no problem. Differentiate. Oh, I can't say that word, between thinking and thoughts, but I feel like it's making it worse. Okay, so thoughts can knock, right? We can't control what thoughts knock, but then what we do with it is our choice. So thoughts come in, and we hear the thought in the head, and then it is our choice if we want to get into this long, drawn-out, obsessive battle with it. That's basically all that means. Your clear words sound so easy to take in. Thanks. It gives me a kick in the butt. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I like that. Sometimes I panic. I won't make it home. I just say nonsense. It's panic. Nothing will happen. Keep cycling, walking. That's fine. If you have to engage with your thoughts, as long as you keep it short and sweet, that's what I've always said on this channel. I prefer to stay in the present moment. That's not easy for everyone to do, okay? And that's fine. If you want to be more rational, that's perfect. If you want to engage a little bit, that's fine. But unlike traditional CBT, I prefer that you just keep it very short and very sweet and very simple and move on. Because if not, you're turning it into a big obsessive battle, which is just stressful and pointless, and you're giving it more power than it deserves. Can I message you in private, please? I do one-on-one coaching sessions. If you're interested in a one-on-one coaching session, they are an hour long, and I do them through Facebook or Instagram Messenger. All you got to do is reach out to the Wonder Bro Facebook page or Instagram, and we'll see if we can make that happen for you. As you practice, it definitely does get easier. It's all about how you view those thoughts, yes. A lot of it comes down to our perspective, and a lot of it comes down to us taking responsibility for what we do with our thoughts and feelings. We can't control them coming, especially if we're sensitized, but what we can do is take responsibility for what we do with them, which that is what's going to make the difference. If you're feeling like shit right now, you need to stop and think to yourself, what thoughts am I entertaining? What false negative perspectives am I entertaining? Maybe I need to switch it up. Maybe I need to switch it up and take control again, okay, of my life instead of blaming it on everything else. It's okay to still have a lot to learn. It's okay to be in that learning phase. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, a lot of people watch my videos, they watch my channel, and it's easy when you're watching my videos to think, oh, well, this guy just got it overnight, right? And he knows what he's talking about. Well, that's not me. No, you got to understand that this guy was once upon a time, this guy that you're watching right here is once upon a time pissing in bottles, okay? Pissing in bottles because I couldn't get out of bed. So, no, I wasn't perfect at it overnight, and that's okay. It takes time. You're essentially breaking a bunch of bad habits, right? And habits can be hard to break. And that's fine too. You just keep at it, and you will get there. Floating is the same as acceptance. It's just another word for acceptance. Floating, accepting, whatever you want to call it. When Claire Weeks mentions floating, she's just talking about accepting your feelings, allowing them. Floating is just another term. Claire Weeks is awesome though. I love me some Claire Weeks. I have a feeling that I've been in that learning phase for too long. See, even that right there is negative self-talk that we don't need, and is ultimately going to create a feeling of I'm not good enough or I'm doing this wrong, and it's ultimately going to create a feeling of despair just from the fact that you decided to say, I feel like I've been in the learning phase for too long. Right there, we need to pay more attention and switch that up and not entertain that way of thinking, because that's not helpful and we're just taking more steps back. So got to be aware, because thoughts can be tricky and they can sneak in like that. See what I'm saying? We have to become more aware of that self-talk. We have to become more aware of that self-talk, because the way that you're feeling right now has nothing to do with anything other than the fact of what thoughts you're entertaining. Of course, sensitization plays a role, but it really comes down to what thoughts you're entertaining. No, I've never really gotten anxiety because of smoking. Again, it comes back to what you want to believe. If you believe it will, it will. If you believe it won't, it won't. It's all about conditioning at the end of the day. You recondition your brain to not allow excessive anxiety to bother you, like you condition your heart through running. It's all conditioning. It's all conditioning. Life is all conditioning. And it can be changed. That's the good news. It can be changed. It can be changed. Can be changed. Okay, you don't have to stay in this victim mentality forever. You can live the life that you want to live. You can do the things you want to do. And it all comes back to you at the end of the day. It all comes back to you. Yeah, accept good and bad. Accept the good and bad as it comes, okay? Don't get into a state of resistance because that's just fuel. All right, how long have we been streaming here, you guys? About 17, is that 17 minutes? Yeah, I think that's 17 minutes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I don't want to drag this stream out too long because I feel like it's a very important stream for people to listen to. And sometimes if the videos are too long, it's intimidating to people. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. But I hope you enjoyed my little kick in the ass today. Remember that you are in charge of your life, okay? Thoughts can come. We don't have to give them power. Feelings can come. We don't have to have these false negative perspectives about them. It all comes back to the mind. It ends and begins in the mind. And you do have control. You do have control over what you do with it. You might not have control over what thoughts knock, but you have control over what you do with it. So you have to take responsibility for your recovery. And starting today, you have to start and not look back. Make that choice. Make that firm choice and stick to it. All right, you guys? I love each and every one of you. Make sure you leave a like because it really helps me out and it helps spread the word about this channel. Share if you enjoyed it. All right, let's try to keep growing. We're so close to 7K, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that. I am so grateful for all of your likes, your shares, your comments, your donations, everything that you guys do for this channel. It means so fucking much to me. All right? I want you guys to know that means so much to me. All right, truly, it does. I love you guys, and until next time, as always, right there, stay awesome.